Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another Company Road 1 replay. Spawn on the bottom left side. As the British player, we have Commandokai. Spawn on the top right side as the Panzer Elite. We have Vesuvius. Vesuvius. I actually think I got that right. We got a lieutenant into pack up. On this map, going for some Kaliningrad wouldn't be half bad because it's against British. And Brits have a bit trouble for some of the early game capping pressure. So you can make a quick gain in capping pressure and then build a couple pounds of grenadiers to engage his opponent's hard point. And keep him pinned down along the Kaliningrads to push forward and capture all the other sectors. Plus with this two directions here, Kaliningrads can quickly capture up quite a bit of the map. Scope rifles do capture the right side of the map. Lieutenant is likely, Lieutenant is eyeing to capture the left side of the map. And the Brits are pushing the way forward. Pat's on an eye for this V. Wherever the sector he's planning to pack deploy, that's where he's going to capture. But he may need to get this cutoff point to get the rest of the resource sectors in. Or okay, fair enough. He's going to push forward to capture up this point here, which of course does increase his fuel income and provide a nice little advanced retreat point, but nothing too far forward. A small retreat. These short distances do make a difference. I know Company Roads do. This distance does make a difference. And you don't have to be super aggressive sometimes. Going for super aggressive can also be detrimental or powerful. But if you go safe, it gives you a good strong advantage without really any big weaknesses, such as this spot right here. He can always deploy out his infantry HQ to secure more munitions as well. Or be more aggressive with it. Speaking of aggressive, scope rifles going straight for this fuel point, being very aggressive, more harassy I should say. Looks like there's 3 Panzer Grenadiers deployed on out. That one is the one with the G43s. And he does, of course, has this point being decaptured. He's going to respond to it. We do have the regular Panzer Grenadiers starting to engage. He's going to be decapturing this point to deny his opponent's income. Kaliningrad's pushing his way forward as well, perhaps trying to bully around the scope rifle squad. Perhaps trying to stop him from decapturing the point. Does use suppressive fire ability there as well. And he does stop him from decapturing the point there. And he does do a forward retreat there. He forced a massive response, however. While it seems like he got thwarted, the mass response is quite important there. Now he knows he can push towards the right side of the map uncontested, or largely uncontested, because there's 3 Panzer Grenadiers there. He's likely going to assume that's his entire army, or at least fighting army.
Send your message. Over.
Second infantry section has been deployed now, so he has 3 infantry sections, and now going for his infantry command truck, likely eyeing for a Stuart. No, Bren carrier actually, as well. And deploying out some forward trenches here. This is going to be a very nasty hard point. He's going to immediately garrison that. He's probably going to garrison it. Lieutenant doesn't need to capture the point. He needs. Ooh, yeah, the lieutenant is sustaining quite a bit of fire there. The lieutenant barely gets in the trench, and actually the lieutenant could actually potentially still go down inside the trench. He's like 1 bullet away from death. But this hard point here, the infantry section will win on the engagement. He can't retreat the lieutenant. He's way too low to be garrisoned out, so he's going to have to keep the lieutenant here and hope he doesn't go down. Another infantry section push way forward inside this garrison would be pretty good. That would be a good hard point for him. He could potentially capture this point here and deploy out his infantry truck right here. Or, not sure there's enough space, but there's maybe enough space here? I'm really not sure about placement around here. But potentially could lock down the cutoff point. If field support truck making his advance, we do got the Kaliningrad eyeing to get his own cutoff point. But he can deploy another truck over here to secure the sector.
Germans are taking one of our strategic points.
Lieutenant has withdrawn from the trench and I had to capture that point. Deploying out another split trench here. That's going to be a lot of defensive position right here. Incendiary grenade does come on out. He's probably going to scuttle the trench. Yeah, both. No, he's going to stay there. They can withstand incendiary grenade. It's going to hurt. made a bad mistake here trying to make him waste munitions here. So you... Oh! Oh, don't tell me. Don't tell me you stayed too... Oh! Yep, you stayed too long. Yep. You flew too close to the sun. Icarus flew to the sun and his wax wings melted.
We have territory out of supply.
Yep. I first thought, oh, here we'll send one Cinder Grenade and perhaps back off, but yeah, a little bit too long.
Lieutenant here.
Lieutenant's severely wounded. Looking at Captain Grad, he just can't run him over or pull out a handgun. Oh, getting a little bit too close to the Vickers emplacement.
Section ready.
To have a captain being deployed on out, he needs more infantry sections, that's for sure. At least one more. And perhaps a casualty clearing station. But losing those infantry sections, oof.
Jerry's pushed through our lines and is trying to take.
He is getting time to upgrade the fuel point. Maybe he's transitioning into a.
HQ is confirmed. It can start securing resources from the area.
Into light vehicle
supply lines.
Tactics. You got a sapper squad, which is a good alternative. Maybe he's probably gonna go for Stewards at this point. Does just decapture the point. He's far out of sector, so just decapturing just perfectly fine. He's trying to re-engage this point. This is a secondary cutoff point. No. As long as this point's captured, this stuff is being retained, so. Scope rifles pushing the way forward. There's two squads here. Trying to force back. Does use designated marksman there, but loses two models immediately because of his wounded state. And now both these guys are veterans, veteran one. Both of them increases their accuracy.
Captain ready.
Captain Guerrero capture points. Lieutenant, not sure what he's doing way over there.
This is field support.
Stewart is now on the build queue. What's here? Is he going for a Panzer IV-C? I think that was just an upgrade of some sort. Probably the Panzer Support Command. Just hiding in case he had something inbound. Yeah, fair enough, because the lieutenant is literally a sneeze away from death.
We're standing by.
He is having deployed now, going for some AT, because likely Spices would be fighting light vehicles relatively shortly, but his opponent has gone for Panzer Support Command.
Task complete.
They are shooting at us! Shoot back, damn you!
These Panzer Grenadiers are quite wounded. I wonder if did we see the base healing? Stewart has been deployed and out. No repair sappers, so no overheal on the Stewart just yet, but it doesn't exactly need at the moment because nothing on the field to threaten it. The Captain Grad could be engaged by the revolver of the captain, but probably won't do a whole lot. And now Panzer Grenadiers eyeing to advance towards the northern sector. Stewart will have some great opportunities versus there. No panic strikes on any of these squads yet. So the Stewart will have free reign of these against these infantry units. Trying to eye for the Captain Grad. I probably would engage the Panzer Grenadiers. Yeah, 900 manpower is a big withdrawal. Ooh, nice. Retreat to Captain to bring his sappers over here to help capture the point.
Commonwealth forces are capturing a friendly sector.
Nothing being deployed from the Panzer... Oh, here we go. We do have a short-barreled Panzer IV. I do love seeing the short-barreled Panzer IV. We do got some slit trenches being deployed on out. Yep. The Stewart will have free range of the area. Looks like he's going to just make his way down south. Over here, we do have the Lieutenant captured the point and the scope rifle squad falling on back. No casualty clearing station in the area just a moment. Not like he really can't have the manpower to forward it. Incendiary grenades was thrown on top of the sappers. Stewart needs to start picking away against these Panzer Grenadiers. It's a power unit, so abuse it. But he probably is a bit concerned about Panzer tracks and things of that sort. Haven't seen doctrinal lock-ins just yet from either player. And Panzer IV C has been deployed. Oh, somebody else is being deployed there? Light ATF track, so he's going to deploy that out and to help snare the engine of the Stuart.
Ready for mission order.
Oh, no canister round. Unless I thought a canister round's about to come on out. Field support truck heading towards this munitions point. Perhaps trying to eye the stop the Captain Grad from constantly decapturing it. Put it in the corner. Keep it nice and secure. And Stuart is making a soft retreat.
Squad, ready for orders.
Panzer IV C makes its way forward, upgrading with the armored skirt. Over here, light ATF track is deployed and out there. Loss of vehicle, so does lose this Captain Grad.
We've completed the upgrades, Commander.
P squad should perhaps eye and capture the munitions point.
Mission complete. Confirm readiness.
Stuart potentially could engage the Panzer IV C.
We're standing by.
An engagement between the Panzer IV C and the Stuart can be a bit
Enemy
iffy
remains strong with
sometimes.
300 points.
Panzer IV C doesn't really have the greatest anti-armor capabilities, nor does the Stuart. So I honestly don't know who actually wins in a standard fight between the
Defensive
two.
operations.
Finally has defensive operations because a lot of these Panzer Grenadiers have been quite wounded for quite some time. And I just realized something. The G43 squad went down. So that's actually a pretty nice gain there. Direct hit there. Panzer IV C maybe hauling down. And that would be a very good spot to haul down. And does have the destroyed engine there by the light ATF track. Panzer IV C is now advancing, fully immobilized. Fiat squad is right here. He needs to start moving it up north. And we got now a stag hound deployed now. He needs to pursue that light ATF track, but we got the Panzer IV C now hold down, preventing all movement. Getting some good hits there on the light ATF track. And there goes the Stuart tank. Getting some hits there. Piats are sending up a 70-pounder when I also think they should be starting engaging. Staghound's sustaining quite a bit of fire there. Needs to get on out of there. Sustaining quite a bit of fire. 17-pounder has been deployed. Gets a direct hit there. Panzer IV C will likely go down. Staghound will go roll back up and finish it off. Rotating the gun around, rotates in good angles, pinning the Panzer IV C. Piats do bring them forward. One of them does miss. Or both of them does miss. And does get a main gun destroyed there. Now the Staghound can engage safely. Staghound's pushing his way forward, trying to run away. Oh, you blocked this Panzer IV with the Staghound? That's why you didn't retreat back until later. I didn't realize I was actually blocking the Panzer IV. And destroyed, the Staghound will take a bit of time to clean up, but the 17-pounder does get the kill there. Heading around, capturing the northern points. 500 tickets versus 250. Not looking good on tickets.
Panzer, we're losing a fuel depot to the enemy.
Captain and Lieutenant. Oh, the Lieutenant still needs a medic.
Schützentrupp here.
Tank busters ready for battle.
Tank busters have been
Supply lines
deployed.
are broken.
No doctrinal selection just yet. Let's switch over back to the Brits. No doctrinal lock-in either. He has quite a bit of manpower. He's going for a royal... No. Oh, Captain. Bad retreat path for the Captain. But the Captain will escape out... Will escape... I don't know if Captain's going to escape. 70-pounder does get a good hit there. Spotted by the Captain. So the 70-pounder does manage to cover the Captain's retreat. And does do a retreat to the Captain right there. Over here, scope rifles are engaging. Does spot the tank buster squad. Lieutenant here needs to pass back in the corner. Because at the current rate, he's likely going to lose the lieutenant. Because one bullet and he's down. And the scope rifle squad is falling back. Staghound's making his advance. He can bust down some of the fencing to allow the lieutenant to engage and escape through over here.
German target has been knocked out.
Oh, but it takes out the Panzer Grenadier. Very nice. Retreat. Capture, soft retreat, then full retreat. Because it can't. It may just do a full retreat this direction over here. Multiple Panzerstricks here. Seeing all these Panzerstricks, it may be a good idea to go for Royal Artillery at this point. And bring in 25 pounders to engage all that stuff.
Target captured. Stay alert, lads.
All checked and ready to move.
Let's see now. I do have a Firefly. That's a bad decision, I would say. All these Panzerstrikes are here. Should give an indication that he's not really going for a whole lot of vehicles, but we do have a vehicle being deployed. I don't know. It's another short-barreled Panzer IV. The biggest threat's probably all these Panzerstrikes.
Ready to execute orders.
And now we do also have Hetzers as a possibility as well. So okay, he's not going for Panthers, but going for Hetzer, short-barreled Panzer IVs. Interesting combination. I like it. But now Panzerstrikes onto the field support truck is not what he wants to see. Field support truck does go down. 5 Panzer Grenadiers, 4 loaded Panzerstrikes. Staghound's going to make his advance, but that's could be death for him.
The enemy is seizing our territory.
Fresh Kettengrad as well. One Panzerstrike does roll a miss. Both of those do hit, so he's lucky that that third one did not connect. This field point is, of course, secured by his primary HQ. Firefly's making his advance. He definitely needs more infantry assets out in the field. A lieutenant has fallen back without getting wiped. Kettengrad's captured up north. And we do have the scope rifle squad and the captain in this region as well. Panzerstrikes are pushing the way
The
forward.
enemy has fallen to 200 points.
Finding a bad angle there. Force fire on the ground. Breaks down the fence.
The enemy is
Just like the
seizing our
101st.
territory.
Bandit Brothers. Scope rifle squad here. Captain and lieutenant in this region as well. Still quite wounded. We've got a Churchill deployed on out. He needs to charge in and use shell shock to pin these forces.
Forward supply lines are broken.
The Churchill can take a beating. Does the 70-pounder, which is a minor loss. Staghound getting some good hits in as well. And there was a landmine there, getting a squad wipe. Another squad wipe there. Ooh! 2 Panzerstrike squads down. 2 Panzerstrikes dropped. Heck, the officers could pick those up. 2 Staghounds on the phone now. Has a lot of... This one needs to get back, get repairs. Panzer IV-C has been spotted. He can push forward with these forces. He needs to focus on also light ATF track as well. But the Firefly is basically impervious to the Panzer IV-C. So is the Churchill. Panzer squad down to 1 less model. Does lose the Piat squad, so a whole bunch of dropped AT weapons by both sides. Immobilized Staghound there. There's a Teller mine deployed there. That could be very nasty. Good hit there onto the rear armor of the Panzer IV. Not like the rear armor really mattered with that engagement. Half-track does go down. Staghound still has plenty of health. So let's switch back to the British player. We do got a Hetzer deployed on out. And does get the kill down the short barrel Panzer IV-C. Firefly and Hetzer now tangling out at point-blank range. Firefly, however, a little bit on the back foot, receiving 2 hits off before getting 3 pens versus 1. Churchill, however, charging forward, trying to get the rear armor, which could swing the fight. The Hetzer, of course, does not have a turret. Well, not a 360 turret. And the Churchill may find some rear armor hits there. No, does not encircle the back. Churchill may just want to back off for the time being. Does expose its rear armor. And does have enough manpower for it to deploy on another Churchill. He lost his other Tommy squad, so he needs to either pull out another Tommy squad or sappers. I have a feeling this is going to be for sappers. Not a real good sector to secure up. Could potentially secure up on the northern flank. Tickets are heavily favored towards the Panzer Elite player. He can pull out sapper, get a repair sapper, and pick up all the. Oh, there goes that. Was that a lieutenant or the captain? Both of them were one sneeze away from death. Oh, both these force units are quite wounded. It does pull out fresh Tommy. The Tommy has a lot of. There was 3 drop Panzertrex, 2 drop Piets. There's so many drop weapons. Tellermine does get found out of control. Staghound even gets a pen there. So the Churchill does go down. Firefly in hot pursuit. Fresh short barrel Panzer IV, which could spot for the Hetzer. This game has gone so messy, so quick. Kenigrad captured the point. He's going for the VP game, which is going to be very important. At least one Patrick has been pulled up. He's being upgraded for Brents for buttons. There's like the second Patrick has. Nope, that was still the same Patrick.
Contact reports show the German vehicle was knocked
Firefly
out
in pursuit of the short barrel Panzer IV. The short barrel Panzer IV can go down.
We're taking shots.
The short barrel Panzer IV receiving hit there.
Troops are now
It
able to
was.
fortify
This game has gone messy very quick. Staghound receives a hit there. Doesn't send a Patrick to the Firefly, which is more important target hit than the Staghound at this moment in time. Okay, let's see now. We do have a sapper. Being able to repair sappers, good. You need to repair sappers. You have a lot of wounded vehicles. And you have plenty of weapons to be picked up by them. So weapons is not the issue. It's just repairs. For the Panzer Elite player, we have 2 Panzer squads, 1 AT Hetzer, and that's it.
Ready to execute
He
orders.
lost his significant advantage. Probably because the Churchill was actually very well timed. I was first thinking maybe Churchill was a possibility to the large manpower float, but then I'm thinking Royal Artillery would be better if amount of infantry saw. But then I realized as the Churchill started advancing, he could use shell shock, suppressing and pinning the nearby infantry squads, thus neutralizing the Panzer squads. So in other words, the Churchill was a good option at that moment in time. Oh, this forces. He didn't repair the wounded Staghound here. Let's get the British player selected because of the overheals. Staghound has hauled down. Maybe he should haul down next to the VP. He has to play the VP game. He is severely behind the VP game.
Go ahead, Captain.
Brenz and a Panzertrex making their way forward. Has this guy picked up any weapons? Does not. That does not appear to be, as I sort of get a bit of a jump scare there. Also, we've got double Panzertrex by the Panzer Grenadiers now. And it does pick up the Panzertrex there. Very nice. There's some Piets from the pickup as well. Second Firefly hasn't deployed on out, which is not a good idea at this point in time, but I've been wrong so many times this game.
Lads have secured a point, sir.
Up north, Staghound does claim the Kettengrad.
What can I do for you?
There are 3 models. Oh, there's still only 3 models. I thought he would have gone for 4-man squads. 4-man squads would be very useful for the Panzer Grenadiers. 1, it'll help them drop less Panzertrex. 2, allows them to stay in the fight for much longer. The Bren gun should be able to win this engagement, no problem, but looks like he's going to rush towards this northern VP. Hetzer still alive. Nothing being deployed on real. Looks like actually Panzer Grenadiers being deployed on out. Definitely way too early for Panthers because it's not all structures even deployed yet for getting Panther research. So he's going for more Panzer Grenadiers.
Set up and ready to fire. Ready to
Bit of a
move
Staghound
out.
spam. I don't really like seeing Staghound spam, but it can be effective nonetheless.
Anti-tank infantry team.
He has a bit of munitions stored up as well. Maybe getting out some AVREs to nuke the Panzer squads. Because he sees the Hetzers. An AVRE could help be very useful in nuking those Panzer squads. Panzer does roll a miss there. Good hits there onto this Staghound. Both Staghounds are a bit wounded. Fireflies now making their advance.
He's overrunning one of our sectors.
Should be able to tango with the Hetzer, no problem, 2 of them there. I think 1's more than plenty, but 2 will make him able to tango against the Hetzer very easily. Making them destroyed there. Does get some suppression across the line, and that Staghound does go down. Tank commanders have been researched there onto the Fireflies. Nice time to make his advance. This is an unupgraded one, but maybe because the Panzer does pick up the Panzer does lose all those squad members, takes negative ground there. Kettengrad's charging forward. Kettengrad can easily get focused down there. Fresh tank buster has been put out. Only has 1 Panzer truck actually at the moment. Maybe the squad that had 2 was... This squad must have dropped 1 actually. I'm not so sure what went on there. No, there's 3 Panzer on this. Oh wait, no, there's 2 separate squads. I saw 3 models and saw 3 Panzer. I got really confused because you can only have 2 weapons on the Panzer Grenadiers. But yeah, he does have double Panzer, so this one may have dropped the Panzer at one point in time. Okay, mass haul down there. He needs to start getting towards the central VP. Pass deploy some slit trenches with this guy as well. Fresh AT Hetzler, that's probably a bad idea. He knows he has 2 Fireflies. No point in getting out AT Hetzler if it's going to get overwhelmed. And the Staghound suppression, though, would be a bit problematic. Maybe the AT Hetzler has to be called in because he can't really engage the Staghounds with the Panzer Grenadiers all too well.
Armor repaired and ready.
Ready to move out.
Send over.
We've captured the victory point. Go ahead, Captain.
Under fire! Armor has inside.
Intersection eyeing to get inside the church. Being knocked around a little bit thanks to those Panzer hits. Fresh Sherman Firefly, definitely overkill at this point with the Fireflies. Those are all Incendiary Grenade there, very nice. And is trying to get inside the church now, so he will sustain a lot of extra damage right there. Those out another Incendiary Grenade there. And you will need to abandon the church relatively soon. Staghounds and Fireflies rotating towards the center part of the map. Starting to hold down the Staghounds, very nice. He does save the VP. I heard an explosion there. Oh, there was a teller mine there. Luckily, that's in a safe position, and it's good he detonated it early, rather than later.
To AVREs.
Oof, there we go. AVRE, very, very nice. I'll help him secure the central VP and nuke anything that advances. There's more. Jerry knocked out an MV nest? I'm not sure how Jerry knocked out an MG nest. Unless... What is he doing at the moment? He's force firing the ground? Force firing the church? Okay, he's destroying the church. Maybe trying to make sure Time Instructions doesn't jump in there himself. More telemines been deployed now, very nice.
AVRE on station.
Let's see, where is that glorious AVRE? Glorious AVRE is right here, which should be very useful against engaging these Panzer squads. Well, if the AT Hetzler are going to advance forward, he's going to get a very nasty surprise. Two ATSs here in camouflage mode, but the British player is eyeing to be more defensive. Both sides being a bit defensive. The Axis player, does he only have anti-vehicle assets? Yes. 3 tank busters, 2 AT Hetzers. He has a bit of manpower, quite a bit of fuel. And those tag hounds are getting some great hits in there. He does spot these forces. May realize he's also trying to destroy the garrisons. AT Hetzers are advancing. That is not a British landmine, that's the Teller mine. AVRE trying to hunt down these forces. We'll spot these Hetzers who are at a bad angle. These Fireflies, these start unhauling down. Direct hit, they're wiping out that tank hunter squad. And the Fireflies have not unpacked or unhauled down. Shake off the sandbags like a dog shaking off water. They have not. We do got an MG emplacement up here. Just be very defensive. Good idea. Because since he's so low on VPs, invest a bit more there. Can always be useful. AVRE should be reloaded relatively soon.
Sector, I say again, we are losing the sector.
Does spot the Hetzer there. Force back the Patrick squad. Fireflies have unpacked. Keep the Staghounds there. He needs to make sure that point stays secure. And plus, all he sees is that some in a AT Hetzer at the moment. He probably spotted both of them. I think he saw both of them. But the AT Hetzer does find a good ambush position there, but that was a horrible engagement. There's no way that AT Hetzer could stay alive, but there's multiple Teller mines here. Vehicle gets spotted there by the Ptolemy squad. Very nice. And going to be engaged at close range. Patrick does connect, and a kill does go to the Ptolemy. And looks like he's playing smart. Not eyeing to pursue that AT Hetzer, because fearing Teller mines, which is very likely. And no point being aggressive. He doesn't have to be aggressive this time. Play safe, play defensively, and you will slowly win the game. Panzer Jaeger Command, he's likely eyeing to get out some Panthers now, realizing that AT Hetzers are just not enough versus those Fireflies. The Brit is at pop cap. He needs to capture some more sectors past these southern points. Getting out a 25-pounder wouldn't be half bad either, but that's probably really stretching up the population cap. And plus, if he starts losing sectors as well, he'll be overpopulation by a significant amount, preventing him from reinforcing squad. So maybe a good idea not to deploy out anything for the foreseeable future. Maybe at most another repair sapper. Significant damage there. He has a bit of munitions to expend.
Service Battalion has improved our HQ vehicles.
Now he gets more income from these points. He has plenty of fuel at the moment. Maybe to unpack and reorganize his HQs to get more munitions income. And, oh wait, that also allows him to get more population room. So now he's able to get out a second AVRE. He can plant the AVRE against around both of these VPs, making it so that it's impossible for the Panzer Grenadiers to advance. Staghounds do see some fire there, but luck doesn't even get enough damage to take out the overheal. Does get enough damage there to take out the overheal. Good hits there, a couple bounces as well. Let's switch over the... Does get out another AT Hetzer. Does not have Panther research. Now the Fireflies are starting to hold down, so has the AVRE. A lot of spare munitions. It's a doctrine that you get a lot of extra munitions because you don't have any big munition sinks such as the HS-129B3 or sector artillery. And you do have armor-piercing rounds, so every engagement he should use armor-piercing rounds because he has 400 munitions. We have 2 Panzer Grenadiers here.
Ready for orders.
Let's see, this one has 1, so he has 3 Panzer Shreks. Not sure why the AVRE is actually planted there. but it will be useful. We do got a Tommy here, and he has to deploy out a casualty clearing station so he can actually get in combat healing. He's going to have a lot of spare munitions as well, thanks to these vehicles hauled down. Oh, was that something being built there? Another stag hound, very nice. He's just going to play defensive against all flanks. You anticipate infantry around the back? Well, you anticipated correctly.
Send your message.
Oh, even starting to overheal some of these emplacements. Good idea. Overheal everything if you have it not to heal up anything. Aviary, line up a shot. Decent hit there. The aviary hauled down can take quite a bit of beating there. Only has Panzer trucks in the area, so the repair sappers could just repair it while in combat. There is an incendiary grenade there. Does avoid it. Doesn't even take up the overheal just yet. He needs to fall back. There's nothing.
NCO is reporting they have destroyed a German target.
There goes one Panzer Grenadier. Another stag hound has been deployed on now. Maybe a good idea to haul it down up here. Even then, casualty clearing station, Panzer Shrek, 2 Brens. That point's not going to be decrewed anytime soon. He'll have to take a lot of incendiary grenades.
Enemy vehicle has been knocked out.
Enemy vehicle has been knocked out. Ooh, the Hetzer right here got taken out. Oh no, that's a Kettengrad, not a Hetzer. It's all the triangle thing is a Hetzer. Good hits there. Some of the Staghounds does receive a bit of fire. And those does get suppressed there, trying to focus one down, does drop a Panzerschreck. And there it goes. Times we wish had a Hummel or there's 3 tank auto doctrine. It's a doctrine I do like. The problem is it has nothing really to help engage this sort of sector.
Come on, you lot. Listen up.
We got Scorcher has a Hummel to start barraging these sectors, and even sector artillery would be useful to hit some of this stuff here.
Tell us what you want.
Volkswagen of course, have the Flak 88s to help engage at long range, as well as having the Loiter to help just continuously harass these vehicles. Because right now, he's one doctrine that cannot hit this stuff here anyway. Let's see, I love playing against it. It's the easiest to deal with as Brits. I'll take your word for it since I don't play Computers on 1 online. So it looks like, according to you, Tank Hunter is the easiest to fight against as Brits. Which, there's nothing to engage these emplacements or entrenchments. Even slit trenches are still be a huge hassle. You have to use incendiary grenades or incendiary mortars. So yeah. And there's nothing to deal with this blob. Even deploy on munitions half tracks and try to sneak in a whole bunch of Goliaths won't be useful against this.
Alright, chaps. Fire her up.
That's the only thing I think that any explosion tool against this. Because right now, that is a death blob. Oh yeah, there's no Hotchkisses either. Since you saw the short barrel Panzer 4Cs, you don't have Hotchkisses to fight either. Did you realize that when seeing the Panzer 4C and the Hetzers that you could do this sort of strategy?
6 ready.
Or was it something that you thought of later on?
Go ahead, sir. 17-pounder ready.
Tank ready for orders. Carry on.
Right for grade.
CP ready for orders.
Definitely a slow match, that's for sure. ATS now coming in for flank.
Okay, ready for action.
Do have a bit of manpower float, which is good. Best not to invest any more squads, or else you may get overcapped if losing sectors. 17-pounder is in the region, so looks he's trying to force fire destruction of that corpse. ATS start pushing on forward. Hopefully he's going for armor-piercing rounds. I think that was armor-piercing round because look how much damage is there. ADX or Panzer does get go there. One ADX does go down.
Getting knocked out in MG nest.
And there goes another guy using armor-piercing rounds. Now starting to heal up because he can repeat on combat because it's not a whole lot of damage that Pinto Mount can do, and the Pinto Mount is actually hitting the truck. Hitting the carcass, yeah. I'm not sure how effective Panthers would be against the trench firefights like that, but there goes all 3 Hetzers. That's, yep, and that's game. Losing all those Hetzers. Well, this is Angry saying thank you for watching and signing off.